Hello, Dr. Kristen Bryant Rajan here, writer, teacher, happiness workshop facilitator. I'd like to talk about what we can learn from this pandemic and how it can help us lead better lives. And today I'm going to talk about flow. So, when we think of happiness, we can think of its opposite: sadness, irritation, anger, frustration. All those negative emotions are often caused by events not going as planned, not going as we hoped, not going as expected. Here we are in a pandemic. We are sheltered in place. This was not the plan. We had other plans. You got all the emails of everything that was canceled. Bam, 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 bam. Even some things you might have forgotten about. Gradually, these very segmented times in the day that we had planned slowly dissipated, and the days started to flow into the weeks, which flowed into the month, and here we have this kind of a blob of April here in our pajamas for the month of April. This is not a bad thing. This can teach us so much about how to live richer lives. As adults, we thrive on planning. Different from animals and young children before social media, whom I believe are completely capable of living in the present and tapping joy. We as adults like to structure things. We structure our coffees. We structure our happy hours, the hour in which we will be happy. We structure graduations. My son was going to graduate. I hope he still will. Just there will be no party or big hat. We structure birthdays. All of these festive events that we plan are very carefully orchestrated. We tell people what to sing when they sing that birthday song. We tell them what to wear in the graduation, attire they would never wear anywhere else. We tell them to throw the cap that we make them wear at a certain time, they throw it up. It's all very carefully coached and planned. And when things don't go as planned, it makes us sad. We get upset. And this is why it may be that Mihai Csikszentmihalyi, and I did practice that a few times, says in his book called Flow, oddly enough, about flow, that the ability to be completely present in the moment, whether the present is good or bad, but to be completely present is the definition of what true happiness is. I believe that too. And I believe that this event that we're in, but any event that comes into our lives, can teach us how to flow. It is an exercise that we can continue to practice over and over again. So this control that we think that we have over time ultimately ties in with our fears of death. Stay with me here. The tendency to carefully plan events in the future is a movement away from the present. In precisely the same way, anxiety and fears take us away from the present into an anticipated future. The only difference is when we are fearful and anxious, that future is imbued with negativity and sadness. When we are planning future events, we are expecting that they will be happy and joyous. But both tendencies, oddly enough, are a movement away from the present, and consequently, we are not living deeply and fully in this moment. And being completely in the moment is more than just having a richer moment. It's actually tapping into your deepest, truest self, your authenticity, which can lead you to insights and higher paths. It can help you find out what you want to do with your life ultimately, but also it can help you make better choices that will enrich your life right now. When you are completely present and in flow with the moment, you know whether you need to eat that Oreo cookie. You make better nutritional choices. You know when you're out of balance with anything, um, food, drink, Netflix. You have more quality sleep. You're a better listener, so you learn more. But your social interactions are enriched because you're truly present when you're listening, and enriched social interactions lead to happiness as well. You're a better communicator. You can get your message across more clearly, and you have compassion. And this is a big one. When you're completely present, you are more in touch with the interconnection of everything. Your life is enriched in so many ways. So I encourage you to learn these lessons that this pandemic is teaching us. Learn the lesson of flow. Okay, and learning to flow is not something that you get down and then you never have to think about it again. It takes constant practice. Events will arise in your life that will teach you how to flow over and over again. They'll happen. The truth is, it's reciprocal because the more present you are, the more you will realize when you are moving out of flow, when you are moving to rigidity and tension. You can feel it. Sometimes you can feel it in your body. Your hands might clench up, your breath will get more constricted. This ties back to an earlier video, and I'll have another one solely on this, but it's the difference between expansion, being open in every way, open, smile, arms, hands, breath, and constriction, which is being closed in and tight. The tendency to control is a tightness. Now, we will have plans after the pandemic. I know that people are eager to know when it will end. I think it's valuable that we don't know, but eventually it will, I think. And we will structure our days again, but it is possible to have a balance of flow and structure. And the key is to flow when the structure changes. That is the challenge. So, all of these experiences teach us how to evolve, and the key is just to pay attention to them. And when you are deeply attentive to them, you will tap into your authentic self, your highest self. And that's when you will start to change the world.